Hi there, today I'm opening up my set of Series 23 minifigures which has finally arrived. Now, I ordered my set of Series 23 minifigures absolutely months ago, but with the combined problems of the seller forgetting to post them to me when they were finally released, and also having some postal strikes in the UK, it's taken an absolute age for them to arrive. But today they finally arrived. I'm going to open them up and have a look at them. If you end up liking what you see, please do hit that like button and subscribe for more videos, and hit the bell for notifications. But onto the minifigures. Now, I've bought several sets of collectible minifigures over the years from various different sellers, and each one seems to do it a bit differently. This one opens up the bags, he supplies the bags for me to keep, and then he puts each minifigure in a grip seal bag. He's also included a Legoland keyring, which is a nice little addition. I'm presuming that's because he initially forgot to post the order, so it arrived a bit late. So as they're all in clear bags, there's going to be no surprises about which one I'm opening up, but we're going to open them one by one and take a look at their details. So first up we have the Christmas elf, and a lot of the minifigures in this series are Christmas themed. So he's got a green torso there and the short unarticulated legs in green, and also they are dual molded. We've got green and white on those legs and then side and front printing. And we'll get his head and then a wonderfully molded hat with some little elf ears sticking outside there. And he comes with a little snow globe. So you get this one by one, then a brown one by one on top of that with this pyramid one by one piece on top, and you pop that in the middle of this plate, put the dome over the top, then you've got a nice little Christmas snow globe. So we'll put the elf on stand, stick the snow globe next to it, and there we have our first one. I do like this rather cheeky face we've got on here. If we take the hat off, you can see there's an alternate print on the back, but I think we'll stick to the cheeky one. And also these bright orange pigtails are amazing. They're in that sort of rubberized plastic that Lego do, so you don't poke someone's eye out and they don't snap off. But there's our first fig. Next up, continuing the Christmas theme, we've got a snowman. Now, I've actually bought two of this one to go in my collectible minifigure collection, and one to also sit in my Lego Winter Village, which I get out each Christmas. So he's got white torso with buttons on there, a nice red scarf. We've got a white minifig head, as it's actually a person dressed up as a snowman, and then we put the snowman head on top, and down here there's a little carrot for the nose, and of course every snowman has to have a top hat, and then he holds a broom. And there we have our Snowman minifigure. It's a nice rendition of Snowman. We've had quite a few over the years. This one's more minifig related. Quite often you just get brick built lower part, but as this is meant to be someone dressed up as a snowman, they've obviously done it more as a minifigure with traditional legs and torso. So minifig number 2. Next, not one of the Christmas ones, but a really good minifigure. I've been looking forward to getting this one. We've got regular dark red legs and a plain white torso, and then a head with a happy smiley face, an alternative print. Oh yeah, and that's the same one as the elf print, so we'll keep that one on this side. And then a giant popcorn piece which goes over the top. So we've had several minifig series, collectible minifigs, which have people dressed up as random food items. So we've had hot dogs and various vegetables, but we've got a popcorn one now to go with the series. So there's number 3. So on to number 4, and this is called Green Dragon Costume. Everything's green, so we've got green legs, green torso with some printing on the front there, with actually dark green hands, which makes a nice contrast there. And then regular minifig head, so fairly straight face, or an angry face on the other side. I like my minifigures to be happy though, so we'll go for this way round. And then an angry dragon head to go on top. Now we've also got, I should have put these on earlier, we've got wings which go on underneath the head like that, and also we've got a tailpiece to fit between the torso and the legs, so they go on the leg studs like that, and then the torso fits over the top. We'll pop her dragon head back on, and we've also got some horns. Just need to find out where they attach. On the back of the head here. So we've got 2 white horn pieces going in there. And that is a great minifig. I do like that moulded headpiece, and then with the sort of rubberized legs, tail and wings as well. That is a really good minifigure. Lots of pieces there. Printing's fairly standard, nothing over the top with the printing, but a great minifigure. I do like that one. And then back onto the Christmas theme, we've got the Nutcracker. So Lego have made several brick-built Nutcrackers over the years, but I think this is the first time we've got a minifig Nutcracker. So we've got some regular legs there, but they're dual moulded in white and black. There is some nice little gold printing on the legs there and some red on the hips. And then again, nice gold printing on the torso, fairly standard on the back. Let's find his head. Wonderful moustache on his face there, and a great hat piece. Again, more gold printing on there. They haven't skimped on the printing. Should have put these on before I put his head on, so we'll pop those on there, also in gold. And then he is holding a sword. And of course, as he's a Nutcracker, we've got a 1x1 tile with what looks like a walnut on it. So there we have our Christmas Nutcracker. Now, if you're in America, this is more of a Thanksgiving minifigure, but in the UK, we have turkey on Christmas Day instead of, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. So here we have the turkey costume person. And this person, again, has dual moulded legs. So we've got the dark reddish brown and plain red legs there. And then a torso with wings. Now, these wing pieces have been used on several others minifigures. We've got some fluffy chicks in the past for Easter, but they've recoloured them into brown and made them in for this turkey character. And then the head, obviously quite angry, getting eaten at Thanksgiving or Christmas, but I like my minifigs to be happy, so we're going to turn that one round and have a happy turkey on this side. Yet again, I've forgotten to add pieces between the torso and legs, but this is a huge piece. That's a hard plastic. Normally these tail pieces are in that rubberized version, but this is a hard plastic piece which sits on top of the legs like that. And then we put our torso on top to give him his lovely tail. And then we've got a remoulded helmet piece on there, which is red for his turkey head. And then also he comes with a pumpkin with a small green flower to go on the top. So definitely more Thanksgiving than Christmas. So there's our turkey costume person. Then away from the Christmas theme for the next minifigure, and this one is called Cardboard Robot. I was just thinking this would go very well with that gift with purchase, which was fairly recent, which was Cosmic Cardboard Adventures, which was the small child who'd made a cardboard rocket in his bedroom. So this one's going to be a cardboard robot. We've got this nice teal coloured body with dual moulded legs in teal and orange, and great printing on the arms. That's really cool there. We've got a little switch drawn on saying on and off, dual moulded arms there. And then what looks like a little patch on the other side. He's been using silver gaffer tape to make his cardboard outfit. And then, yeah, nice silver printing as well on the torso there. You can see that reflecting on the belt on the front and back. And then what have we got? A regular minifig head. So, smiley face. What's the other side? What's that? Concerned? Slightly angry? Let's stick with the fairly plain face. And then this giant square piece which goes on the hot head, which obviously made out of a giant cardboard box and wonderfully decorated as a child would with various buttons and dials. And then what we got here, that's very reminiscent of the classic space computers used to get. So that's a little computer they're going to hold in their hand, and then a pair of scissors which they've clearly used to make their cardboard outfit with. So very elaborate, probably not one of my favourites, but it does look good. So this is Cardboard Robot. So we seem to be flipping between Christmas and not Christmas, so we're back on the Christmas theme here with the Reindeer Costume. And everything looks to be in, that's either dark nougat or dark tan, but we've got legs with toe printing, nothing else on there, not dual moulded. A little bit of printing on the front with a nice gold bell on the front of the torso there, and a little tail on the back. So not quite sure what that expression is on this side. Let's see on the other. Oh, I'm not quite sure what either of those two are expressing. This one looks happier than that one, so we're going to stick to that side. And then we've got our wonderful reindeer headpiece going on top. That is really good. I do like that one. And there's a hole in the top. There's a hole in the top because, of course, every reindeer has to have a pair of antlers on top. So let's pop them on their stand. And we get a little box here, which is obviously a Christmas present. So we've got to box with a 2x2 tile on top, and inside that we've got this tile which is a 1x1 heart-shaped tile, so that looks like a cookie of some variety. And of course you always get spare bits in Lego sets if they're 1x1s, so we also get another cookie, so we can put 2 in the box, which is nice and handy. Pop the lid on, move them over on their stand ever so slightly, and put their present next door to them. And we've got our reindeer costume. So number 9, we had the Nutcracker earlier, and what goes better with a Nutcracker than a sugar fairy? So this is obviously a small child, as we've got the very short legs with looks like sprinkles on the toes there, so they're in plain white. Then we've got a pink torso with some nice silver printing on it again, like that. And then pop her on her stand. Then great printed face there. We've got some more face paint on her face there, and this one's more happy. So as I said, happy minifigures all the time. We'll turn that one round to this way, and yet again I forgot to add things. So we've got a nice set of pink wings there to go on her back, and they've been beautifully decorated as well with silver printing on the wings. And then pop her legs back off, and we've got a little tutu skirt there with pink printing on top as well to match the dress. She's got a yellow hairpiece and space with a hole on top for a little crown to go in, and of course she's going to be holding this wonderful candy cane piece. So there we have number 9, Sugar Fairy. So we're 3/4 of the way through, and we're definitely off the Christmas theme here because we have a wolf costume person. So initially I can see dual moulded legs there, so we've got blue and grey with some great little printing there to show the tatty blue trousers around his legs there. And then I'm not going to forget, we've got a rubberized tailpiece. This has been used an awful lot in the past, but it's a new colour I think in this dark bluish grey. And then the torso pops on the top like that. He's wearing great blue dungarees to match the trousers there. Nice printing on the back showing the tatty clothes and also the fluffy wolf skin. And then there's the head. We've got he's blowing, huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down. So that's Wolf and the 3 Little Pigs. Or Tasty, I'm going to eat the 3 Little Pigs. We don't actually have a pig in this set, but we have in the past, so he'll be good to sit with the piggy costume guy. So we'll do the licky face, I think, like that, and then the wolf costume head on top. And then he comes, if we move him over on his stand, with a small sack. And it's got printing on it as well. Have a look at that. So we've just got the regular sack piece with some patches and stitching printed on top of it. So there we have the wolf costume. And we're down to the final 2, and I think these 2 are my favourites of the series. So this is Knight of the Yellow Castle. Now, if you're into your vintage Lego, you'll know that this logo was on the very first castle back in 1978 on one of the knights. So it's great that they have repurposed it for a collectible minifigures series. And I've actually bought a second one of these because that's a great torso print, but unfortunately it gets covered up by this breastplate, which has got the same printing on it. So I've got 2, one to display with and one to display without the breastplate. So we're going to put her head on like that. She's looking very determined, I think we'd call that face. And this one, not unsure what's going on there. It's not angry, so I think we'll stick with a determined look on the front there. Then we've got a regular motorcycle helmet and a gold visor piece, which goes on top like that. And then that's got a lovely pink plume to go in the top of it also, which matches the logo on the torso. And then she gets to hold, well, she actually gets to hold 3 things, which is quite difficult when you've only got 2 hands. But she's got a shield piece with the same logo on. I've actually got all the knights from the Yellow Castle, so that's going to look great against the original one from all those years ago. She also gets her sword in gold. Let's pop that on her other hand. And as she's only dressing up as a knight, she gets a horse as a hobby horse. And that's great because that is very like the actual horse's heads, but they've shrunk it down, made a little hobby horse out of it. So 3 accessories, not quite sure how we're going to display that, but there's our Knight of the Yellow Castle. And then last but by no means least, we've got the Ferry Captain. I'm not entirely sure if this is because they had that gigantic Titanic set out earlier on this year, but we've got a Ferry Captain in all dark blue. We've got some nice gold buttons printed on his torso there, nothing on the back, but I imagine this goes between his legs and his torso. This absolutely ginormous boat piece, which could easily be the Titanic. And then we've got 2 red pieces to go in as funnels, like so. Then we've got his head, and definitely looks quite like Mr. Captain Smith, who captained the Titanic. Oh, we've got some nice gold printing on his arms as well there. And then his captain's hat, and I do really like that one. We've had a minifigure dressed up as a car and a plane before, but this is a great giant boat piece to go with those two. So yes, one of my favourites, definitely Ferry Captain. So here's the complete set of 12. I do think definitely my 2 favourites are the Ferry Captain and the Knight of the Yellow Castle down the front here. I'm glad I've got 2 of her so I can display her in both versions. Like I said, I've got 2 snowmen, one for my collection and one for my winter village, which is already out in our house, maybe a little bit early for Christmas, but it's somewhere for him to live until then. Other standout characters, I think the green dragon costume is amazing. There's so much detail there. He's not a character I particularly like, but I can definitely appreciate all the detail that's gone into that figure. You get so much for your money in one figure there, with tail and wings and that huge headpiece. But I think it's a good set overall. There's no figures here I don't particularly like. All the Christmas ones are great festive additions. We have had quite a few fairy minifigures in the past, so this is quite similar to other ones, but the candy cane piece is a really nice addition. But other than that, I like all these minifigures, I think. Let me know in the comments below which one's your favourite. Have you got any of these yourself? If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and of course please do subscribe for more LEGO videos.